Hello everybody, this is Paladin and welcome back to some Dyson Sphere Program. And today's episode, I think we are going to be trying to start getting towards building some solar sails. And I have rail ejectors actually on another planet. And then we need to see about getting these ray receivers coming in because, well, we need power. We're starting to run out of power on this planet. And I don't really want to do solar panel. We have new power options available. So we want to start getting those constructed. So we have a few things to get done here to get there. Namely, we got to get to our, all the little bits and bobs here. So we need to get this photonic combiner created. I'm going to go ahead and use the prisms instead of that crystal just because I don't want to waste the crystal. But we do need to go ahead and get some super magnetic rings. We need to get some turbines and some other stuff going here, some steel. So I'm going to futz around with getting some of that going. And what you can see here, just kind of sees the power allotment. The demand right now is 55, but once these factories start kicking in, oh boy, does it go down really quick. So with where I left off at the end of last episode, I did go ahead and complete this factory. So this guy has now, let's see, how many was it? It was 180 factories producing CPUs. So this thing loads up really fast. I did get it all to the 30 on each side. So this is all set up, all turned into a blueprint, and of course all filled up. I actually have 2 towers that are accepting this, so we actually have 25,000 of these, and oh, something's actually using them. How about that? So I guess that means this guy here. So we did set this up to remote supply, and it has warpers, so I guess somebody's actually asking for some in one of my planets. Good, so that'll kind of keep that going. So first things first, so to get us to this photon combiner, we need to actually get prisms going. Now that we do have circuit boards, so we need to go ahead and get this. We want to get this being produced, because then with that, with the fire ice, we should be able to get our graphene here, some hydrogen. So one of the things I wanted to look at was actually getting some other fuel sources for power as well. So this guy here, this is 9 megajoules. This is 600 megajoules. 54 megajoules. So if we were to burn these, I mean, this one needs the nuclear power plant, which is this guy. So if I remember right, but that produces 15 megawatts from that megajoule battery. I think we can also burn the deuterium. So for every 10 we get 5, takes 2.5 seconds. We can actually, we can actually do this pretty well, because we do have a lot of hydrogen, and then we start processing the graphene, we're going to have even more hydrogen. So actually, turning the hydrogen into the deuterium at a 2-to-1 ratio isn't bad, because we can even just burn it directly. I do want to start getting this fuel created, so we're going to kind of start getting some things prepped. So the first thing I needed is prisms, which needs glass, which needs stone, which we should have some stone here on this planet. Let me see, we do have 2 million stone. So we have some here. So let's gonna come over here and let's see. So our stone to glass is 2-to-1. Do we have anything else that's 2-to-1? Titanium. The high purity silicone is as well. Okay, so, and it's actually got the same ratio, so that's great because I can reuse that blueprint now. Helps if I keep hitting the right buttons here. So let's come over here, and we're going to copy this blueprint. So my super crystal plate, which needs a bunch of stuff that's not in my inventory. So let's see if we can get that. Don't want that there. So we need smelters. Where are my smelters? I do not have a whole lot. They're not there. So I should have plenty of those. Plenty of those. So let's come up here. We should have some smelters here. So let's just drop them there. And let's see. Let's go to that, back to that blueprint and see what else are we missing. Nothing. Okay. So we're gonna take that and let's drop this down. All right. There. And as with some of our other episodes, as soon as this gets dropped, I'm gonna clear it. And clear, clear. Alright, so this is going to be stone, and we are going to be producing glass. So this is going to produce a lot of glass. So with what I have been doing, if we have any open slots available, this one does, so we can I'll throw the glass in there, and we'll do local demand, remote supply. And you know what, since we're going to be building prisms too, let's go ahead and set up prisms the same. And it looks like I'll have to set up some more towers here shortly. So next we got to change our recipe. Get that to glass, and oops, come on. Wish there was a faster paste mechanism. Doesn't help that the silicone looks almost just like the glass. I won't save the blueprint off until I see it running, just in case I screwed up one or two of them. But our main goal right now is we want to start getting our swarms going for solar panels and start using that for power consumption. So we need to get ray receivers built. I need to get solar panels built. I do have some on another planet being built, but I don't think I have them set up for output, so it doesn't help us. Okay, now let's just see. Oh, yep, there's one there I missed. Okay, one there. And any others? Okay, so looks like I should have gotten all of them. Alright, so let's go ahead and get that in demand. And then we're going to go ahead and come down here and start getting this set up. Zoom out just a little bit here. Stone. Stone, stone, and stone, and stone, stone. So the main thing is I don't know if I have enough miners on this planet to support this, so we may have to actually get some stone in from other planets, and we haven't set up our other planets to supply anything yet. So it is kind of a unknown, but now let's go take a look at our power. So it's not too bad. So the smelters don't seem to chew up too bad, which is nice. So this should start filling up and fill up our other guy here pretty soon. So let's come down here and make sure I don't see any yellow dots. I mean, there might be some yellow dots just because of supply not getting here yet. And yeah, so we do have supply getting down, all the way down. Some of them got a little faster pulls than others, but yep. Okay, so that should do it. So I can actually go ahead and save this one off, so I don't have to do it again. And let's come over here and screw it down. Super glass. I know, my naming convention is just so, well, basic. Okay, save that guy. Okay, so now we also need prisms. So prisms take 3 in, takes 2 seconds, puts 2 out, and it's made in a assembler. So I don't think we have any other recipes that are similar to that right now. Because that's just a one in, one out kind of deal. But at 3, if for it to need 3 to make 1 unit every 2 seconds, 30 on a belt, so let's just say that's 10 every 2 seconds, so that's 20 we should be able to support since it's a 2-second cycle. So if I stack that, that should be 40. And if I stack it twice, I should be able to get roughly 60 to 80 making prisms. I think that sounds about right. So let's come down here. And let's see, did we have one that has a 4 stack on its assembly line here? Nope, that's basic. That one's pretty basic. Two to one. Okay, this one has, well, yeah, our big guy. It's got a 4 stack, but it's going into a double line. So I could change this recipe up, because if one line supports 40, I could go 40 wide. Decisions. Because I want to try to get that thing to crank out as much as possible. So if we have, oh, dang it. Alright, so let's just take a look here. So that thing, well, it looks like the stone's barely keeping up right now. So let's see, this one here does a double stack of 15. So I can do, dang it, what was it I said? So 30 gets 10, so it gets 10 units per side, so that's 20 if I did a double side, or I can do 20 long on one track and then 20 long on the other track. Okay, well let's try that. So so that's 15, so I would need 5 more, space for 5 more, so let's go down here. We have a little more room. So this is a 30 stack, so we're gonna go ahead and do it a 20 stack. So we'll have 2 input lines, and then going down the middle, and then the return lines coming back, and then I'll cluster them all together like we did on the other. So yep, how many stackers do we got? We got plenty. Got plenty of, oops, that. So, all right. So, what's our grid look like? Well, I need some planetary towers really quick. So that took basically 1.5. So if this is the half, 1. So the tower, I need to drop it about, there's the half, there's the 1. It's about right there, I think. Okay, so we're gonna do the 4 stack. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4 on that side, 3 and 4 on this side. Two in. Keep that as compact as we can. So this is going to be the out for that, and then we'll have this inline here, and get this side. And out 1, up and in. Okay. So then this is going to be the down line. This will be a down line. Oops. And in there. Down line. And in. Okay. So then let's get our proliferation on the line, so that way that sets the tone for spacing. Okay, get our splitter here, and that looks like it's on that line. So then we're gonna do our fun little wrap around here. And in. Okay. So that should get us our principal layout here. So now we can take this guy, and that'll be 1 and 1, and then 1 and 1. All right. So let's see. Actually, I need to scoot that down. So, because we need our splitter that's here for the return on that side, and then this side, so we can combine, right? So now this is producing, I think I said 2 every 2 seconds, right? Yeah, 2 every 2 seconds, so 20 of them. I mean, so I should need a piler. So if I do 20 of them, that's gonna try to put 40 on the line. So probably about, part of the way down, I'll need to stick a piler. So this one's gonna be a little different in layout. So we'll get that set up here. So let's go ahead and get these down. And since we know we're going to need at least 20, let's go ahead and bring it down a ways here. And we'll do our cleanup after. Okay, and then come up here and grab this one. Why is that not? Alright, there we go. Let's get that. Come on. Give me the connector. There we go. Note to self, make those a little bigger. So that way it's easier. So let's just drop that one down. And drop that one down. So that's our two outlines. So anyway, so if we had 15 at 2, that means I can do a stack which would take the 30s, and then 5 should be able to fill the gaps. So I'm going to go down 5 and then stick the piler, and then we'll stick the remaining 10 down. So let's get a line started here. So I don't know how far down that's going to go. Alright, and then let's get us our tower here. So that's just 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And I mean, I could probably just do a 6, but 30 would give us a full belt, so let's just do that. So let's come in here. So we need to break that. And let's get us our piler. Oops, missed a spot. Alright, piler. Make sure it's in the right direction, so we're going to stick it right there. Get that in, and then get that connected. Okay, so that should give us our upline for this side. So then let's go ahead and get, let me drop this factory down. Right there, so we can kind of get our layout lines here. Since that's going to come back this way as well. And then get the piler here. And then we'll set the other one here. It's like, I mainly do this because I like to get the lines kind of laid down, so then I can just copy paste all the fun stuff here. So this guy here, so we're gonna need our splitter right there, and let's see, this should hopefully merge in. I'm hoping. We'll find out. Let's go ahead and get our other splitter. So, okay, so that should, one hopes, do what we want. We'll figure it out here shortly. So let's go ahead and get the rest of these lines dropped down. So that's going to be right on here. And up. Okay. So let's go and get this guy set up. And then we can turn it on and see what happens. Alright, so we have output and input, input and output. Okay, there's our 4. And this is prisms. So let me just copy that and paste that recipe. And then we can do shift click and 1, 2, 3, 4, click and shift click and 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So there's that, and then we need the 15 on here, so we can just take it down. Okay, just short. Alright, let's go and get our lines down to get the 15. And then we can clean up the lines and then get the other ones done here. Okay, so we need it to basically right there. Oh, the other ones were actually right there. How about that? Alright, so let's get this one and go down to 15. That one. Okay, so now we just have to drop down the power and we should be good to go. So let's get some power going down here in the middle. Okay, and then we're going to do the same on the outside. Get it nice and aligned on these grids. And come up here and do this side as well. A lot of rocks, get out of the way. Okay, so then that's one there, and then we'll do our back side here. Okay, in theory, and I do mean in theory, this will work. So let's go ahead and get our drones here. So we need glass. We are going to make prisms, and we need some proliferation juice, so let's go ahead and get that and demand that in. So we get that here first, and then we need this, so we're going to demand that, and let it do the full load because, well, we're going to have a lot. So let's come down here and get this track set to proliferation, and all set. So we need glass, 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 glass. I'm just going to turn on one side. Let's see how this is doing from a return perspective, because that's the main concern here. So we got the two lines going down, filling them up, and then I want to make sure that this isn't getting jammed on the way back in. So far so good. Give it a few more seconds as it's getting everything going here down the line. So it kind of stacks up a little bit, but it looks like it's keeping up just nicely. So I think this should work for what we want to do here. So if that's the case, I should be able to come over here and turn this side on. That's still going clean, so glass. Alright, so that gets us all of these happy fun boys going. So, yep. And all running. Alright, so that gets us our prism set up. So, not too bad, it didn't take too long. It's starting to get a little faster now that I'm getting used to setting all these up. Alright, so let's save that one. And following my super awesome naming standards, Super Prism. And I'm hoping to do that, and then I'm going to start foldering these off so that way it makes it a little easier. Okay, so now we have prisms being built, which now we can get our photon combiner built. So this one follows one of our other patterns that's a 2-to-1, because we have our circuit board and what else did we have that's 2-to-1? So that's 2 and 2, that's 2 and 2. 2 and 1, 2 and 1 magnets. I don't know if we did magnets yet, but so now we should be able to get this photon combiner going. Power is still doing okay for right now because, well, we don't have a whole lot of stuff using it, and look at that, it's cranking. It is cranking away. And we've already filled the other tower because this is almost done filling up. My goodness. So that little bit of time already has generated 10,000 units of supply, almost 15,000. So this looks like it's going to be running quite nicely, especially if the proliferation keeps up. That should help out a lot. So we're going to face the other direction here for our photon combiner. And like I said, so it's a 2 and 1, so we need to stack the prisms. We have the one for that, and let's see, we get one every 3 seconds. So yeah, what's this one? The photon combiner. That's right, we get one every 2 seconds. One every 3 seconds, but it's similar. So we're going to copy the microcrystalline component blueprint. That's what I'm going to do. Copy it and reset for that. Let me get some batteries here. Alrighty. And let's do this. So, blueprint. Super microcrystal. I need some inventory. I need all of that, and we need about half of that. And now we're good. Okay, so we're going to take this guy, we're going to rotate it, and we're going to back it right up, which will make the prisms really fast to get here. And yeah, that spacing looks fine. Oh, I guess that's too close. Oops. Alright, there we go. So let this get down, and then we'll do our good old change-a-roo. Clear, clear, clear. Okay, so this is going to be so we're making the foot for this guy. And we need prisms, and we need CPUs, and that should do it. Okay, and I'm just going to leave this as it is. I mean, we could probably do, since it's a 2-to-1 stack, we can do 4 and 2. That might be fine. We can try it and see what happens. I'm going to go ahead and demand these so they get here. and then we'll start getting this thing swapped around here. And get this guy. Copy, paste. At least this one's a little easier to tell if we've missed one. Alright, gonna get a little closer. Here, maybe if I fly over it, these things will get a little faster. I need my drones to speed up. So we're slowly getting these all set in here. Slowly but surely. So once this gets done, we'll have everything we need to start building the solar sails. So I'm going to set up one of my towers. I think I might just set up a new tower to bring in the rail ejector, because we do have rail ejectors being made in our Superba system. So that should work out in our favor. So, and this recipe is prisms 2-to-1, right? Yeah, prisms 2. So we need the prisms on the inner track. Prism, and then this guy gets our circuit board. And prism, and circuit board. Okay. So what else do we need for solar sails? We need to go ahead and set up our chemical facility reaction plant for fire ice. So that's going to be our next goal of trying to get that figured out. So we've gotten these kind of groupings figured out a bit, but the chemical plant one I haven't really, and I don't think I have really any chemical plants on me, which means I need to order some in. So there's that too. So now that this is building the photon combiner, and that looks like it's keeping up okay, and our tracks are full, and it's getting those coming in quite nicely. Not super fast, but I can always build another one of these. So let's save this blueprint off. Dang it, I keep hitting that. Right. Blueprint. And I mean, I could actually probably make this even more super, but I think this is just sufficient. Super prismatic doohickey, whatever that was again. Oh, photon combiner. It's not even prismatic, it's photon. Photon combiner. I'm probably spelling that wrong, but that's okay. Alright, so now we have our super photon combiner. And let's see, where do we have our main hubs are up here. So let's fly on up here, get some more batteries, get some more product brought in. Okay, so should have some space in here. So let's do chemical plant. Oh, I could build that guy now, but I'm not quite got the stuff for it yet. Okay, so chemical plant we need. So let's just bring in a truckload. And then let's see, what else did we need? Okay, so that one's full. That one's full. 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 And... oh, not full. Okay, I'm gonna throw the prismatic thingy in there. That way, if we do have some external supply, it's gonna be provided and allows it to crank up some more supply. So we need to get graphene and hydrogen now. Let's see. I think I have that set up on this side here. So this is bringing in some product from other. That's remote supply. Oh wait, that's this doesn't have that set up. So this. Let me just change that. We can get that cleared out here. So we got fire ice. Was it really that slow to get it in here? So let's go ahead and get hydrogen brought in. That should load up quick from that planet. Yeah, because I don't think I have anything using that right now, so that should be full, which is surprising. Because fire ice generates really quick on this planet. Yeah, 60.61 per second, and we should have a bunch of towers on that planet, so... set to orbital collector, no warpers. So I don't know where it's what it's doing. Okay, well, let's come over here. Like I said, I need some batteries. Let's grab a handful there. And do we got my... oh, good, we got some here. So let's grab 200 of them. Sure. And I'm going to stick them in here so that way we can save some space for now. Okay, so we're going to start processing fire ice. And I'm going to do it over by the other tower so that way it's a little closer. Let's come down this way some. So we get a nice... well, that's in the way, that's in the way. Yeah, this will be a good spot to start, so we can kind of go right here. So with that, let's see, production. So we need a chemical factory. Oh, come on. Alright, so we need a chemical factory. So this is going to take one in and give us 2 out. And if I do this with the fire ice, so it's going to take 2 fire ice, and every 2 seconds it's going to generate 2. So on a 30 belt, that's, well, I should be able to get 30, really, because that's 1 per second. So if I'm counting right, I should be able to get roughly 30 of these on a standard belt. So let's alright, so let's figure this out. So if I can get 30 on a standard belt, that means I can get 30 to a side. if I stack it, I can get 30 units on each side, 60, so then I can have the 2 belts coming on the outside and the inside. And that'll give me 60 units, and then I can double that. So let's drop us down a tower. And let's just figure about right. I might be able to do this one a little narrower. So let's figure this out here. So since the hydrogen only outputs 1, I could probably use a shared belt for hydrogen. So I can do a 3 belt, so let's just say like a 3 belt return, right? For every 2. So then I would have to stack these 2 to combine into a single line to get it in, and then this one can just come in. So let's see. I don't want them there. So what I do want is the same thing that we have on the others. I want proliferation coming right out the middle. So that gives us 1 input here, 1 input there. So that could be so we have 1 combined input here, 1 combined input there. We only have 1 output, which is fire ice. So, but I need 2 lines for fire ice. So if I take these 2 lines here, if I take the 2 outer lines, then I can have this be the hydrogen return, and then that be the graphene return on each side. So let's see how that works. So we have return 1, return 2, right? And then so we'll have a stacker. Let's see. Well, let me drop down this guy here first. So, oh, wait a second. I don't need the, I'm not thinking right. So if I do a 3 line in the middle for return, then basically I have out the input on both sides. So I would have, so that would look something like this. So let's just say 1, 2, 3, and something like that, right? So then we'd have 1, 2. Okay, so I need to space that over just a little bit more. Three, okay. So then we would have this as a return, and that as an input. Right, and then an input here. So I could feed that off of, because if I do a double stack, should be able to take it down one side and back here, or I could just have 1 line feed into this side and 1 line feed into this side, with these 3 coming back as the return, and then have proliferation on these. So what I could do then is have this be an input. See, fun with traffic, right? So if this is an input, and let's back this up for a second. So, and let's just do our normal splitter here. All right, so that way we can get our goods for proliferation. So that would come in there. And then we would have this one come out, you know, like so. Actually, no, it wouldn't. It would have to change because we need to have the proliferation access. So really, it would be probably something like that, right? And boom, like so, yeah. Right, and then I would need a stacker here and a stacker there. But I don't think that will let me put a belt through the middle. Oh, it will. Okay. So then I want the stacker. So I want these two to combine, but then I want this one to come through. So let's do this. And let's just see what's the, yeah, it won't let me do that. Okay, so what I can do is a little loop-de-loop. Kind of situation towards like so. And then do this into there. And that would go into there. And then we would have another output right here, like so, with this guy right there. So that's not too bad. I don't know if I can probably get that a little tighter. I can get this a little tighter in because I can scoot this back a couple spaces. But all in all, that's actually not too bad space-wise. It should be fine. So then I have this kind of going in here, that going in there. This coming all the way down. And I need more. Of course I don't have any more. Click this guy. Okay. And then let's get that line, that line. Okay. And I want to try to get 30 of these on here, so then, and then we can fire up one side and see how it does. And that might take us to the end of this episode. So let's see if we can't get this done quickly here. Right, and then we have one in. Then we have, this is the graphene, which is the 2, and that's the 1. So this is going to be graphene and 1, right? And then input, no, input, yep, okay, 1, 6, 10, 12. Okay, so that's 13. Okay, I need to take these lines out a lot further. Well, actually at 30, well, yeah, no, so I should be able to get, well, here, you know, let me just start at 15. I'll start at 15 to a side, and then let's see how it goes, because I don't think my math is right, but because I am just kind of eyeballing it here. 13, 12, 13, 14, and 15, right? So that leaves me some room. Okay, so click that guy. So I should get 14 here. 14, alright, so that's 15 total. And let's get our power poles plopped down. As per usual, and then we'll go ahead and start requesting material here. Oh man, is it, dang it, did I build it too close? I built it too close. Ah, gosh dang it. Well, I guess I can just see how the one side does. I mean, since I'm doing a full line, I need fire ice and demand, get some drones. I need this guy. Demand, and we're going to be producing hydrogen and graphene. Alright, and let's get our proliferation set up. Get us a power tower here. And come on, give me my... Okay, there we go. So there's our proliferation. Let's get that going. And this will be our fire ice. So let's see how well this keeps up with just the 15 for now. Because I think I can get another 15, so I can get a full 30 per line, but I want to make sure. Okay, so yeah, it looks like I should probably be able to. I'm gonna have to obviously save this blueprint, scoot it over, or I can take out some solar panels, which I really don't want to do. Because that would suck. So I'm just going to tell this to storage for now, let it use it up, and then we'll have to move all this stuff out. I'm going to let it kind of use it up while I get things going. I'm going to go ahead and start this other side, and then carry this out to 30. I'll save it off without the extra power supply, add the extra power, move it, add the extra power towers, and then get the next bit going. So when you come back, I should have this all finished, and that should get us some graphene, which is the last thing we need to start building some solar sails, and then we can ship in some rail ejectors and get us a Dyson swarm going. But I also need to get these ray receivers being built before I do that, because I want to be able to collect the power that it's producing. So we are almost there. We're getting there really fast. So, you know, pretty soon we will be building our first Dyson Sphere. We're right on the cusp, and so I'll have to start learning that designer and playing with it. So you know, if you like Dyson Sphere Program, you know, now that we're at the end of the episode, all those fun things, like, comment, subscribe, and come back and watch some more. So thanks for watching. This is Techno Paladin, and good night.